Today we're making these super simple ground beef enchiladas. This recipe makes about 16. Yes, this recipe can be cut in half if you're not feeding an army, or the extra half can be tossed in the freezer for up to 3 months. To get started, we're going to dice up all of these veggies, 2 jalapenos, 1 white onion, and about 3 or 4 garlic cloves. For me, jalapenos are just too hot for me to enjoy if I don't take out the seeds and the white membrane. Leave some in if you prefer a little extra heat in your enchiladas. Yes, the onion made me cry. I don't want to talk about it. To a pan on medium-high heat, we're going to melt about 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter. We're going to saute our diced jalapenos and onion. We're going to let those cook until the onions start to turn a little translucent. Then we're going to add in our garlic. We're going to let that cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, making sure we give it a good few stirs so our garlic doesn't burn. This looks pretty good. We're going to take this and transfer it to a big bowl. In the exact same pan, we're going to cook up 2 pounds of ground beef. I like to season mine with a few shakes of salt and pepper. Once the ground beef is cooked, go ahead and drain off the grease and add the ground beef to the bowl with the rest of the ingredients. I like to dice up 2 small cans of black olives and add them straight in with the rest of the filling. Some people like to leave them as slices and sprinkle them on top of the enchiladas. Both ways are fine. I prefer it this way. Add the olives to the rest of the filling and give everything a quick mix. The last thing left before assembling everything is to heat up the corn tortillas. To the same pan we've been using, add in 3 to 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. On medium-high heat, we're going to add in our tortillas once the oil is hot. We're not going to fry them to a crisp, just to heat them through enough so that when we go to manhandle them later, they don't crack or split on us. I like to leave them in for about a minute or 2, flipping periodically. Once they look ready, put them on a plate and stick a paper towel between each layer. We have some washed cilantro, the tortillas we just heated up. You're going to need about 2 big cans of this red enchilada sauce. This brand is Old El Paso, but use whichever brand is your favorite. Here I have some of that sauce in a bowl. Our filling is over here, and I have some mixed Fiesta blend shredded cheese. This recipe calls for 2 8 by 11 inch baking dishes. Take your baking dish and add in some sauce to the bottom. Rotate your dish until the sauce has coated the entire bottom. Grab a tortilla and dip it into your sauce, like so. I like to coat both sides. Grab a spoonful of your filling, add the cheese on top, and add a few pieces of cilantro. Carefully roll and place your enchilada seam side down in your baking dish. Repeat this process until you've filled your baking dish. If you're planning on freezing some enchiladas for later, I would assemble everything up to this point. Don't add on the extra sauce or the cheese on top. Just cover it with some foil and freeze it. I would suggest freezing the leftover sauce alongside the enchiladas, then whenever you're ready for another round of enchiladas for dinner, add the sauce and cheese at that time. But if this is tonight's dinner, take your sauce and pour it all over your enchiladas. Add as much or as little as you want. In my opinion, more is better. Lastly, cover the top with some cheese. Cover with some foil and into the oven at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes or until the cheese is all bubbly. Once they're done, let them sit uncovered for about 5 minutes. This gives everything time to set so that when you remove them from your dish, your enchiladas hold their shape and nothing spills out. Since my black olives are already in my filling, I'm not going to put any on top. Just some extra cilantro and a bit of this sauce. It's basically the equivalent of American sour cream, except it's not nearly as thick. It has a runnier consistency, not nearly as sour cream is, and the fat content is a little higher. I will insert an ingredients list right here for those of you that want to make this. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out, and I'll see you all in the next video.